Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Tuesday, April 7th. Right now, we're going to do a little review on how to make equivalent fractions. Remember the word equivalent. It means these fractions are equal, but they have a different numerator and denominator, but they're describing the exact same amount. Remember when I said, if I want a candy bar, I want 1/2 of the candy bar, but you can have 2/4 of the candy bar. If we talk about that, we're comparing the same amount. So we're going to look. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'm doing the very best I can with the lights. It's not the best situation in here. But remember, when we make equivalent fractions, we have to be fair to fractions. So whatever you multiply or divide your numerator by, you have to do the same thing for the denominator. This is something we already did in class, so real quick review. Let's say right here I have 2/3. I'm going to try to write it in red. Hopefully that'll show up a little bit better for you. 2/3, and we need to make an equivalent fraction. Remember, we always say the easiest numbers to multiply by are multiply your numerator and denominator by 2. Here they decided to use 4, but that's okay because we are super great with our math facts. So I'm going to do 2 times 4, and I have to be fair to fractions, so down here in my denominator, I do 3 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. So we can say 2/3 is equivalent to 8/12, and I know that because I'm fair to fractions. I did the same to the numerator and the same to the denominator, okay? Any questions? Perfect. Let's move on. And we need to remember how to simplify fractions. It's the same thing. Whoops. Except we are dividing this time. Hold on, I'm going to run over here and use my computer to find the right page. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so when we simplify, we want to get the fraction where you can no longer divide anything, any number, into the numerator or the denominator. So over here we have 6/12. That's not as low as it can go. We need to think, what number can I divide into the numerator and the denominator? Remember I said start with your numerator. Of course I can do 6 divided by 6. Can I do 12 divided by 6? Yes, I can. So I'm going to be fair to fractions. 6. I'm going to try to write it over here so you can see it maybe a little bit better. Oh, I had to get my pen out. 6/12. Fair to fractions, 6 divided by 6 and 12 divided by 6. What's 6 divided by 6? That's right, 1. 12 divided by 6? 2. That means 6/12 is equivalent. It's the same as 1/2, and 1/2 is the simplest form. You cannot divide any other number into 1 and into 2. Now, remember, we've talked and talked and talked. If you have even numbers, what number can always be divided into even numbers? That's right, 2. But remember, sometimes we can use numbers that are even a little bit higher, but let's look at 8/12. Okay. 8/12. 8's an even number and 12's an even number. So I know that I can divide 2 into 8 and 2 into 12. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be fair to fractions. 8 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2. You have to divide the top and the bottom by the same number. What's 8 divided by 2? 4. What's 12 divided by 2? 6. 4, 6. But that's not simplest form. We can simplify this even more. Well, 4 is an even number and 6 is an even number, so I can divide them by 2 again. 4 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So simplest form of 8/12 is 2/3. Can you think what number could I have divided to make this one step? Instead of 2 and 2, which is fine, you just have to make sure you go in that simplest form. What number could I have done instead? Yeah, 4. Definitely could have just started with 4 because 8 divided by 4 is 2 and 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, in your packet, you have our review pages. This one, my printer ran out of ink a little bit, but it has a page 51 on the bottom. It says comparing fractions. This one's pretty great because they gave us pictures, so we can look at the pictures. The first one says 1/2 and 2/3. Well, we can pretty easily see that 1/2 is less than 2/3. This you can totally do. Turn the page over. Comparing fractions again. 5/10 and 2/10. Remember, when we have the same denominator, no problem. You can easy squeezy compare these fractions. But you're going to see some that don't have like denominators. Number 10. 1/2 and 24/50. You have to make sure that they have the same denominator and you know how to make equivalent fractions. We just did it. Make sure that you have like denominators on these. And then you have a page, it's at number 43, another review. It says reducing fractions, but we use the word simplify now. We just did it. There's a whole bunch of questions. You don't have to do them all at the same time. Take your time. Simplify these fractions for me. What number can be divided into the numerator and the denominator? That's our review today. Tomorrow we're starting something new. Okay, have a great day. I'll see you later.